Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on EAPA? EAP? I don't... whatever. We're gonna use the range hit and run team with Crom here. And basically we're gonna go ahead and just take out 4 Mortis. And then figure out the rest of it from there. I was thinking of perhaps using Lucia. Just because the flash doesn't matter to her, but I ended up going with this team instead because the debuffs, even though the flash doesn't matter, the debuffs would have really hit her hard, and I don't think she would have been able to live the combat against Sanaki, and then to have a follow-up from Ganunga Gap afterwards. So not the best idea to tank Sanaki with Lucia, even though she could. I'd have to break the shrines before initiating combat, and that would have taken way too long. And then on top of that, I'd have to eat the Discord from Ganunga Gap. Sorry. Yeah, which would have meant that there would have been some debuffs on Lucia anyways, and since this is Astra Anima, I don't have a way to clear the debuffs from Lucia, so it wouldn't have been a good matchup. So we're gonna have to take them out in this combat here. It wouldn't have been able to use Marth because Flash can't advantage if you can't attack, and then melee hit and run, which leaves melee hit and run or ranged hit and run. So I decided to go with ranged just because trap placement. I could have also used Dual Mark, but Dual Mark has a bad matchup against that Sanaki, so yeah, not the best idea. Although with the amount of health that he has, he probably would have lived, but yeah, bad matchup in any case. So we're going to take this on via the ranged option. I'm just going to break some of these structures just to get in. We're going to go on with Unaka, have her take out for Mortis, and then the dance... Because of where Azura is, she really isn't going to be able to dance anyone that's going to be threatening the team. The only one that she could potentially have danced is Thursier, but Thursier won't be in a good position to take advantage of that dance unless she warps in, but she won't warp in because she doesn't have a rally. So yeah, nothing is really going to come out of that. Although I still need to take precautions to make sure that I position correctly, just to ensure that I'm not getting sniped by a 3 movement or a range enhanced Thursier, because Azura's dance does give extra movement. So yeah, just gotta make sure that I get my ranges right, and then from there we can take on the team.
Don't worry, dear.
Something like this should be fine. I think we're gonna go on because I had to break the structures, so I didn't have the amount of moves that I would need to get everything going on this turn, so we're gonna have to wait until turn 2, which is fine. It allows us to get one pot, and the other pot we'll figure it out later on. Pretty straightforward catcher ball, nothing too complex about it. Probably want to add some rallies and I don't know, something to make it a little bit more dynamic. Because it's a little bit easy to pick off. I mean, you can't bait it, but if you know, well, you probably could bait it if you have a way to neutralize your penalties. But
Let's get festive.
Since I don't, that's not an option. Ooh, not good. What is that? That's probably the shrines plus the extra plus 10 damage from exposure. A dance will get rid of that, but that means I have to waste a dance. The other option would have been to have Yunaka move out of the way, which I could have done, but I didn't think about. Maximum possible range is going to be exactly 1 spot above where Yunaka is. That's if Thursier gets danced, and that means that we'll be taking a hit pretty much everywhere around Yunaka. Even potentially everywhere up to where Crom and Camilla is, whatever, in terms of the threat range of the team. So that's where we would have to avoid. It won't be any of the Cavs getting danced because they'll be too far for Azura to initiate.
Let's get
Here we go. We're gonna take out the Formortis like so. And you can see the big difference once I was able to remove the debuffs.
Despair for the living.
Yeah, outside of bonus season, you're probably gonna want lethality to have Yunaka take out tankier units like this. But I mean, generally, you probably don't need the lethality on there. You see how she was able to get the Luna off in that combat there. Lethality would have been one extra cooldown, and I don't believe she would have been able to get it off in that combat. So it's a give and take. But I definitely think that a 3 cooldown special is really what you want to be rocking on Yunaka here. Unless you want to go with like what, Glimmer, but I mean, yeah, she doesn't do a lot of damage against these bulkier units, so you definitely want Luna there. Alright, so just have to figure out my placements here. Hit and run. This is the run part of the strategy. Gotta make sure that I take all of my units out of range. Although Yunaka will still be in range if and Dance happens to Thursier. She will be able to hit Yunaka, but I don't think it's gonna happen, as I said earlier. And also Yunaka will kill Thursier in retaliation. Just because she has a DR and Thursier won't be able to pierce the DR, but Yunaka will, so we should be fine. And that is pretty much as good as I could have expected. I made a mistake there. I probably should have attacked from a different angle to allow the flame tile or the flame terrain to prevent the opponent's calves from moving down. But yeah, hindsight, and plus it ended up not mattering. Now we gotta figure out what to do from here.
Where was that?
Breaking the structure, definitely the best play. And then what can Yunaka do here? Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need her to take out some of the units here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to take out the 2 range options. Well, I pretty much have to take out these 4 units that are in front of me. Because Chrom, as you can see there, can outspeed Grima, which means she'll be able to get the special back up. And Yunaka is having trouble killing Grima. Alright, so we're going to use Camilla to take out Grima after some thought. Camilla will be able to do it, no problem. It's just that I have to waste my dance, which reduces the number of actions that I have. But at least we'll be able to move in with Chrom now. I feel like this team is incomplete. As good as Camilla is, I don't think she's actually the one that I need on this team. I could actually use another action. I feel like I'm short 1 action on this team, which means that I need another unit that can either Gale Force or attack again after they've attacked as a range option, which is like a legendary Leaf or Golveg, something like that is missing from this team.
Message received.
Okay, so we're taking out Tsunaki in 1 hit, which means that we don't get Gale Force because Chrom typically needs 2 hits to get the Gale Force off. So we're gonna have to make Chrom tank something here, which means we're gonna have to take out the other 2 range units, which we can do. We have enough actions to get it done, which is gonna leave us with Katria and Azura. And Chrom should be okay tanking both of those as long as he's solo, because he does have the buffs needed. Unfortunately, I didn't get bonus doubler on him because I repositioned before the bonus doubler kicked in, so he won't have that. But he still should have enough stats to survive a combat against Katria and a combat against Azura. Yep, damage reduction kicks in. And we're okay. Katria should, or would have died if she had attacked. And yep, Chrom on a defense style has enough bulk to live that, and we're good to go from here. This is pretty much as good as I could have asked for. I made a lot of mistakes playing this one, but as I said, I am feeling like this team is short in action, and this is like only my 3rd time using it, so I'm still getting a little bit used to it. And also, this Rattata isn't providing the most utility. outside from the mythic buffs and the terrains that she's putting
Don't
down,
worry, dear.
really not offering me very much. I'm really wondering if I should give her Gale Force, but Gale Force is so premium. I don't have a lot of Cordelias left to be just giving around Gale, just handing out Gale Force like all willy-nilly. So I don't know if I'll actually do that, but it could make the team a little bit more,
Why not?
or give the team more action economy, which is good. But yeah, I'm not in love with this setup right now. Really not in love with it. But it is getting the job done, which is about as good as I could ask for. And we are going to need to have substitutes for both Camilla and Crom when it's not water season. But again, it should be water season for the majority of this month. Maybe I could put Sayor Horselina on the team just for some end turn action, but it's worked out. GG's. See you in the next one. Alright, welcome to second match of the day. We're taking on a Japanese player here in another rematch. I forgot, did I mention that or not? These are rematches. And we're going to take on, he has a couple of Edelgards here. Well, a Edelgard, Winter. I think this Edelgard is definitely going to win a Hero Rises, unless she gets knocked out in the first round like Edelgard normally does. But I don't see why, man. This Edelgard is so good. I definitely think she should definitely, I said definitely a lot there. She should probably, she is a top contender to be the winner. Behind that, I'd probably have to say Duo Sanaki. But I'm a little bit terrified for Sanaki to be the winner in terms of how powerful she is. It would be pretty scary if everyone had a Duo Sanaki on their team. So, it's near save. I hadn't considered that, or I didn't actually check. I was actually hoping to whack that Sanaki and then back out, and then figure it out from there. I'm pretty sure the trap that Sanaki is on is below or above is real. And then I'm not sure about the gravity traps. Probably the gravity trap over there is real as well. It would make the most sense. But since that's near save, that actually changes my plans. It's a little bit complicated to initiate on the traps right there. And there's only one trap in front of Edelgard. I could probably initiate on that end a little bit more risk-free. And also, I'm very impressed that Ephraim is able to just deal with Edelgard like that. That's pretty good. Although most of her stuff isn't active yet, and he's also not the best near saver. But that is pretty good. The other thing that I could do is break these 3 blocks where the pots, or where one of the pots are, whatever. To the right of Sanaki, because that lane is free, but I would need a reposition to get up there, and it would take an extra turn, which isn't really a problem. It's just that I kind of want to get going on this first turn because of Duo Sanaki's range. It's a little bit of pressure, which is good. You need to have some pressure being what's the word on the enemy team or on whoever is playing against you to force them into making a decision, which is what's happening here. I'm pretty much being forced into making a decision because I'm going to lose some space on turn 2, and I'll have to arrange my units a little bit differently, and I'm not prepared to do that just yet. I think ultimately I'm going to swap my orientation here and initiate on the left hand side where Winter Edelgard is, just to have less obstacles in the way, because it's only that one trap, as you can see. And I think what'll happen as well,
let me dive in.
On turn 2, I don't think I'll be able to quad once. Well, then I still have no follow-up, I'm not sure. So it should probably be a speed check, no? Yeah. But once Freyr activates his effects, the defense and res +6, as well as the resonant shields, I won't be able to quad Edelgard, I don't think, with Ephraim. I think there's no speed mythics here, so I should probably be faster. So as long as I am able to get the null follow-up, I should be able to quad. But just to avoid figuring that out too late, I think it's best to go on this turn. So I'm gonna swap the layout here in a little bit.
Your orders?
And also, my concern on the other side is that there's a little bit of a really neat trap over there where Edelgard will break the block, and then Crom will reposition Edelgard and then be able to pin the enemy, basically. The opponent's Brave Crom, I mean. Or Freyr could break the structure, and then Crom will reposition or to change fate and be able to pin the enemy. So I also need to be able to avoid that trap there. It's a pretty decent defense.
Show me the way.
The biggest facilitator here, I'm pretty sure it's the...
so bright out.
Oh, okay, so we found the real trap.
Received.
Now we just gotta get out.
I'll handle
Actually, I think I messed up here. I don't have the extra movement. Hold on. Alright, so after much thought, we're gonna have to waste the dance here. I totally screwed up that first play, so we're gonna break this. And then we're gonna reposition or to change fate on Ephraim here and get him out. Really wasted. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna have to do this because we're gonna have to commit. Because I should have had Crom be the one to try and initiate instead of Ephraim. Because if Crom got stuck on the trap, then I would have been able to get out a little bit easier. Luckily, this is 2 hits, so we are going to be able to get Gale Force off, and he also survives impressively. I'm pretty sure that would have killed. But we get Gale Force off. The problem is, though, I wasted my Kanto. So yeah, after I reposition here, Crom will be stuck in front, and the concern is that if Freyr moves in that direction, more importantly, if the gravity on Freyr is lifted, I think he should cleanse it. We're going to be in a little bit of a pickle because Crom will to change fate, the enemy Crom, and then he'll be able to hit my Crom because he'll be in the front. But I can't leave Ephraim there because he's in Sanaki's range, as you can see. And I also have to move Citrine, who was really the one that was placed in the worst position. I should have probably waited one more turn and went on turn 2, but as I said, I really wanted to go on turn 1 just to get everything going. And also, Edelgard would have had penalty neutralization and all of the buffs that Garrick provides, which would have made killing her a lot tougher. So, oh, we get this, but also I have no Kanto, so I can't do that. And also I don't have enough. Well, he would die to Sanaki anyway, so not the best idea. So yeah, we have to back out.
I'll handle this. Yeah,
I don't think we would have been able to get the kill on that Edelgard if Garrick's buffs had gone off, because that would have allowed her to have Prime active, and the extra stats would have made her a lot more difficult to kill. So ultimately, I feel like this was the right play, although it puts us in a tough situation here. We're basically just hoping that since it's an intern status effect, Freyr shouldn't be able to cleanse it, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, then it's probably going to be a massive problem. So we're going to see how this works out. I'm not going to get my extra movement on Ephraim next turn because there's too many units around him, but that's not the worst thing in the world. The main problem here is what is Freyr going to do on turn 2. We're going to have to see how this pans out. Here we go. Looks like it's... Okay, wonderful. Alright, that's perfect. That worked out exactly how I was hoping it to. And as you can see, Garrick's buff is literally everywhere now, which makes everyone a lot tougher.
Let me dive in.
And Ephraim can only move 1 space because he's still gravitied. Yep. I don't think we would have been able to take out Edelgard with all the buffs on her. So it's probably the best thing that we went on turn 1 there. Even though she wouldn't have been able to kill Ephraim either, So I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things. We don't know. We won't know. But we are going to be able to get through this. I think, if not Citrine, Camilla, we're going to have to get Camilla involved somehow. But first off, we definitely have to get rid of this enemy Brave Crown because he's going to be a pain. Ephraim can't move. How do I get Ephraim up there? It'd have to be to change fate from Crom. Either that or a dance. Or we go in from range and take out for Mortis. Thing is, if Camilla goes up there, she's gonna be stuck.
Exactly.
Well, she does have to cancel one.
I'll do it.
And the thing is, even if she takes out for Mortis, I'm gonna need to waste the dance so that she can also take out Crom, and then she'll be stuck in range of Sanaki, which is not good.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, she's out of Sanaki's range. I don't want her stuck there, ultimately.
Show me the way.
And it's gonna take a lot of work to get her over there as well. Also, would have to use a dance.
Why not?
This isn't looking good. For Mortis is definitely going to be a bit bulky, and Citrine is debuffed, so I don't know if she'll be able to get that one shot. She can't live a hit from Mortis because she has no damage reduction, so that leaves that leaves Camilla, who does have some damage reduction, but I'm pretty sure she'll be able to solo this for Mortis. It's just, how do I get her over there? And if I can't, I'm gonna have to abandon that plan.
Yes.
What to do here? I think I'm gonna go in with Ephraim. I think that's probably the best play. One step should be enough. I'm just making sure that I'm not making a mistake here. I'm just thinking it through. But I think Ephraim is gonna be the right play here.
Let me dive in.
Even though he's debuffed, he should be able to live a hit from that Crom. And he's going to get the guaranteed follow-up. And that Crom doesn't have no follow-up, so he has no way to stop my my guaranteed quad. So, yeah, I think Ephraim is the play here. Which leaves Freyr, Sanaki, we can avoid. All the units are on the other side of the map, so it makes it a little easier just to deal with this Crom, and then we'll probably wait one more turn afterwards. So let's see what this damage is like.
It's so bright out.
Alright, we got this kill. That's nice. Yeah, we're definitely the best option here.
Let me dive in.
Yeah, let's take this.
It's so bright out.
There we go. Alright.
Ready?
Ooh, not much else that we can do. Probably the best idea is to get out right now. And then let the units move for one more turn. Let's get some of the pots while we're at it. And that will be a good turn too.
Where was that?
On a separate note, I actually finished...
May I?
I finished Dr. Stone. What I'm gonna do, I was initially gonna just read the manga, but then I realized that the manga's done, so there's gonna be a season 4. So I just gotta wait a couple of months and then I'll watch season 4. So basically I'll just be full anime or anime only, which isn't bad. I actually love the animation. It's been so good. I've cried. I can't tell you how many times I've cried, which is such a weird thing to say because Dr. Stone is a lot of comedy. It's not like really like deep. Like a good anime that I could like think of that would invoke that emotion would be like some type of romance or like
Don't worry,
oh
dear.
man, what would be a good example of that?
Your orders?
Tears. When it was pretty tough when they did the scene of in Naruto when they did the scene of his father and his mother saving it. That touched me so
I'll do
much.
it.
As a dad, oh my, I cried so much at that scene when Minato and what's her name? Cash. I don't remember what his Naruto's mother's name was, but when they died trying to protect him from the fox, that one got me like so hard, man. But yeah, that would be an example of something that you would normally cry over. But the thing about like Dr. Stone is that it just reminds you so much of how important the human spirit is, and just the pursuit of advancement and technology and making things better, which is totally down my alley in just a sense of like how important science is to where we are now. Like you look at things like just being able to play Pokemon on your phone. That's such a huge thing, looking back at where we're coming from like starving to death because we couldn't grow like corn. That's such a huge thing that we're able to just play Pokemon on our phone. Something that is so I can't say that word. Non-important, zero priority, and we're just able to do that just because we've gotten this far. And the idea that if everything was taken from us, we'd probably still be able to do it again just resonates so well with me. I thoroughly enjoyed that idea, that thought process being put through in the animation and in the manga. There are a lot of plot holes in it, in the sense that it's not, some things happen too perfectly, some things fall into place really well for the main character, which is like kind of what you expect from the type. It had to happen that way for the type of anime that it is. He doesn't fail, like he never, well, so far he hasn't failed in 3 seasons. He just keeps trying, and it just works out. Everything works out for him. He has a lot of plot armor. But you know, you just roll with it. And just thinking about that situation, if like civilization were to end and there was no one left on Earth, would we be able to just get back to where we begun, where we were? And the whole thing just really stuck a chord with me. I enjoyed it thoroughly, man. It's so good. I don't know, man. If you like that type of thing, if you're like a big science nerd, even though I'm not like a big science nerd, I really hate like chemistry and stuff like that because it's so hard. But the concepts, the fundamentals, I enjoy them thoroughly. You know, the fact that E equals MC squared, that type of stuff, I really love it. I think it's just so good, man. It's just so good. So good. I thought they could do a lot more with some of the socialization aspects of it. But they did what they could. It was really just more about the pure science. And yeah, I'm done with that. I kind of stumbled onto Zoom 100 afterwards, which is like the total opposite of what I'm watching right now. So I'm going to be watching that for a bit, and then I'll pick up Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I'm probably going to have to watch season 1 just to like not feel so... it's weird because I watched season 1 like last year, so it's weird to... That gap makes you feel kind of weird. So, I mean, those are my plans for the new year. I don't know, man. Anime is amazing, man. GG's.